Hello friends, welcome to my channel Dr. Usman Akhtar. Today I would like to talk with you regarding how to write a research proposal. For this I will request you first that if you are new at my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest educational videos. So I will turn my screen to my laptop screen, so we will discuss each and every step of a research proposal and why these are important. So let's go. So how to write a research proposal? So research proposal is very important because if you would like to take admission in any international university, the basic requirement of the university is that you have to submit a research proposal, or the funding agency will ask you to submit a research proposal. Or if you want to get admission in PhD, the professor, or if you need an acceptance letter from a professor, the professor will ask you to submit a research proposal. So you have to keep in mind the basic steps of a research proposal, which I will explain you in my slides. Then it is very easy for you to write a research proposal. So I will request you that if you are new at my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. So first of all, you have to do brainstorming for what? This is a question. So contribution to knowledge. So if you are from biology, so what will be your contribution after this research? So you have to think about that your research proposal must be strong enough that it will impact in the field of biology. If you are from biology, from physics, from any other field, so what is your contribution after the research, or what important question you will address? Okay, it is very important. So what important question you will address in your research? Because if it is an answer, then nobody will read it. So you have to clearly mention that this is a question, this is a problem, I will solve this problem like this. This is actually the basic idea behind research, that you have to address a question in your research, or what you will contribute in the field. Okay, so you have to follow a rule, which is 2WH rule. Okay, what you want to do, or what are you doing, I mean. So you have to keep in mind, or you have to also write this what. People will clearly understand what you want to do, and then why. Okay, why? Because you want to solve a question, so this is why. And the third and the most important is how. So you have to keep these three things in mind when you start to write a research proposal: what, why, and how. Before start, you have to sit, read, and think. Okay, because it is not like that you will just start to write. Okay, for start you have to sit, read, and think. So first of all, you have to follow the instruction, because if you want to get an admission in any university, it is possible that they will explain that you have to write a research proposal from, you can say, 2 to 4 pages, 7 to 9 pages, or 5,000 words, 4,000 words, or you have to just one page or a paragraph. So you have to follow the instructions. Second point, if you would like to take admission in any PhD position, or you need an acceptance letter from a professor, so you have to write a research proposal regarding you can say, after reading the profile of the professor, that what he is working and how you will contribute in his area of interest or her area of interest. So you have to follow the instruction in this way. So if you are applying for a university, you have to sit and read all the instruction given by the university, and then you have to make a draft. You have to make a yellow sticky note that you have to write introduction, you have to write literature review, material and methodology. So you have to make a sticky note, or you can also write something in the introduction, that what is the problem, how you will contribute in this field. So the same what, why, and how. And then you have to follow the KISS principle. Keep it simple. You have to make everything simple, because if you submit your research proposal to a university, you have to keep in mind that the evaluation committee is not from your field. They are professors from different fields. Okay, so you have to write it as simple that a layman can understand, that what is the background and how people are working on it, and how you can contribute and how you solve the problem. So these main things you keep in mind, that keep it simple so that everybody can easily understand. So headings of research proposal. So how you will define the heading, because maybe some universities will explain that you have to write research proposal in this way. Okay, but normally the headings of a research proposal are as follows: main, the title, then introduction, then literature review, material and method, time schedule is very important for some times, and then references. So these are the main headings. Okay, so there might be a little change, like from introduction some people write background, and like literature with question and unanswered questions in the literature, and you can change it, but these are the main headings, that if you don't know, and if the university did not explain you that what are the basic headings, you can write your research proposal in this way. So I will start with the title, which must include, so it is very important that the title must be of one line and it includes the main ideas. Okay, you must be able to explain your research in one line. Okay, if you did a master thesis already, you must be able to explain to a layman your research in one line. Okay, that this is, and everybody can understand, oh, this is great. And then the keyword and the question. So title must include the main idea, keyword. Suppose if you are from any field, there must be a keyword which explain everything. Okay, and then there must be no abbreviation. Suppose for the science people, or suppose for nature sciences, so if you have water in your abbreviation, you don't have to write H2O, analysis of H2O. Okay, you don't have to use abbreviation of anything. Or if you are using some chemical, like I use in my master thesis carbon tetrachloride, so I wrote carbon tetrachloride complete, not CCl4. Okay, so you don't have to use any abbreviation in the title. And then you have to select a phrase, a sentence that is very unique. Okay, so and when you put your title on Google search, you will not find a similar title. Okay, so you have to keep these things in mind, that the main idea, the keyword and question, no abbreviation, and phrase, it must be in a phrase and it must be unique. So introduction, actually introduction attracts the reader. Okay, you have to write the introduction to attract the committee towards your research proposal, that they will become more curious that what you will write in material method and other section, or in the literature review. So in introduction you start with the topic. Okay, you can start that to explain something, the background of the topic. So if you want to do research in biology, you'll start something about biology, that it is that everybody, suppose from any chemistry people or physics people, start to know that he or she is writing in the field of biology. Okay, so you have to explain something, one or two lines regarding biology of something or whatever. Okay, so you have to keep in mind the topic, and then the background. Okay, and then the problem statement or research question which you want to answer, that this is the main problem, so you have to answer this question in your material method part. And then this is what and why, topic, background and research question, that why. and then what is in the literature. Okay, so what is already existing in the literature, and then how you fill this blank, what we already know and how you will fill, or how, what is your contribution okay, and then your contribution is very important, that you are able to fill this gap or not from literature, and then your research, and then what is the importance. So then we move to literature review, because literature review helps to keep you on a smooth path. Okay, if you don't read about the literature, you will not start, or you cannot able to write afterwards a thesis or a research article. You have to read literature review, you have to sit, you have to read all the articles regarding your research. Okay, because at the end maybe an examiner or anybody can ask you regarding, anybody did this work before or not, or what are the alternative methods. Okay, because if you are giving a solution of a problem, then you have to know that how people are doing this research, or how people move around this question. Okay, you have to know everything. So in the literature review, you have to sit and you have to read. Okay, and then you have to search a lot. You have to use all the websites, which is Google Scholar. You have to use Nature, all papers. You have to do PubMed searching. There are many search engines, good search engines. You have to use 3 or 4 databases. Okay, you have to use all the keywords for related to your research, and then you have to identify all the papers which are related to your question. This is very important. So if you are new in reading the paper, first of all you have to see the figures, then you have to see the title, and then you have to read the abstract. If all of this attracts you, then you have to read all the paper, otherwise just throw it away. And then you have to draw the outline, that how much you read and how you contribute from these all researches in your field. And then you have to be critical, and then you are ready to go to write the literature review. You can also make subheadings in the literature review, or otherwise you have to do that you read about this, people are working on this, and you have to rephrase all things. So if you copy from any paper, you don't have to copy and paste, you have to rephrase. Okay, and you have to give the credits to all the scientists, and you have to put the references in your research proposal. So it is very important, because in an international community they totally dislike if you did not give the credit. So it will, now you will know how you will do your research, because if you read a lot, you know all the method regarding your field. Now you are able to write material and methods. So I will move to material method. So there are different parts that you are already in the literature review, you already did a lot of literature review. Now you know the sources, your supervisor will also guide you, or you already did you already take the guidance from the papers. And then you have also think about the facilities which you have. Okay, if you know the professor, you read all the papers of that professor, and you know that in which area he is working. And some people also wrote that they have this facility in their lab. So you can also include all the instruments or all the facilities they have. So you can write a detailed material method, that from where you can take the chemicals, from where you will take you will collect the data collection. So it is very important. And then the type of research. So you have to do clinical, you have to do experimental, or you have to do just the basic science, like you have to do some cell culture or something. So now we will move to time schedule. So how you can prepare a time schedule? You have to use an Excel sheet, and then like I have wrote first year, second and third year, I merge the cell. So I divide first year into 4 parts. 4. So for 3 months I have first, for next 3 months second. So for first and second part I have total 6 months, and then 6 months is total 1 year. So then on the left side I wrote literature review, submission of proposal, cell culture, training of instrument, data collection, analysis, thesis writing and final. So I highlight the cells, and then this is very simple how to prepare time schedule for your whole research proposal. And then at the end you have the references. So don't copy paste, it is very important for you, don't copy paste. Okay, you have to rephrase everything, and then you have to give the credit to scientists, researcher and scholars. Okay, because you have to write their names or their articles, and at the end you have to put. So it is very important for you. Thank you very much friends for watching my video. If you like my video, kindly share it with your friends, and if you are new at my channel, kindly subscribe my channel, press the bell icon button. Or if you have any question you can ask me, or if you want that I make a video on some special topic, you can just write me, I can make a video and share it with your friends. Thank you very much. And if you are new at my channel, kindly subscribe my channel, press the bell icon button. Thank you very much.